Formagi YouTube video k lia oper jo tum ny story lik kdhs k oper tai men strong hook lik k do. Hook jandar. Suspenseful our curiosity si barpor hona chaye k mary vaur engage ho jn our video ko ntk deck and the river whispered under the moonlight. Mist curled above the water like silent smoke. Lila stepped closer to the edge, feeling the cold seep through her shoes. The night was still, but a faint melody drifted across the water. It was soft, almost pleading, yet chilling in its beauty. She leaned over, trying to find its source. The reeds shivered though there was no wind. Her heartbeat quickened as the song grew louder, wrapping around her like a living thing. A sudden splash broke the melody, startling her. She froze, eyes scanning the darkness. The river seemed to move differently, currents twisting against each other. Lila thought she saw a shadow beneath the surface, gliding with impossible speed. Her breath caught in her throat as the water shimmered unnaturally. Then the song changed, faster, harsher, echoing in her ears. The reeds bent toward her, as if leaning in to listen. Something cold brushed her hand. She jerked back, heart hammering, eyes wide. The melody now sounded like whispers calling her name. Her mind screamed to run, yet her feet were rooted to the spot. The river churned, swallowing the moonlight in a dark swirl. And then she realized the song was no longer behind her. It was coming from inside her head. Her pulse thundered in her ears as the whispers grew louder, weaving into her thoughts. Each note seemed to twist around her mind, pressing secrets she had never known into the corners of her consciousness. She dropped to her knees, gripping the riverbank, feeling the wet earth cold and unyielding beneath her hands. The song pulsed now, in rhythm with her heartbeat, yet faster, unpredictable, almost mocking her fear. She tried to scream, but no sound came out, swallowed by the oppressive melody. The river had changed. It no longer reflected the moon. Instead, its surface rippled like liquid glass, shimmering with colors that did not exist in the natural world. Shadows moved just beneath the surface, curling around one another, forming shapes that hinted at something alive yet inhuman. Lila's skin prickled as if the very air carried a charge, and the whispers pressed harder, pulling her attention deeper into the current. Something cold brushed her neck. She spun around, half expecting to see another human, but the bank was empty. The reeds swayed violently now, though the wind had died. The song became a voice, singing words she could not understand, yet every syllable resonated with her soul. It felt intimate, terrifying, as if the river knew her, every hidden thought and memory. Her hands trembled as she tried to rise. The earth beneath her seemed to pulse like a heartbeat, keeping time with the melody. The whispers grew insistent, weaving through the forest, through the trees, through her very bones. And then she heard it, a single, distinct word in the song. Her name. Lila froze. Her mind screamed that she should run, that this was unnatural, that she was not meant to hear this song. Yet her feet remained glued to the muddy ground. Something below the river's surface shifted. A ripple formed, then another, and then a dark, sinuous shape rose from the depths. It was not a fish, nor any animal she recognized. Its body glimmered like wet obsidian, twisted, elongated, with shapes that hinted at eyes and mouths that should not exist. The river sang louder now, almost triumphant, as if it had been waiting for her all along. The shape moved closer, and Lila felt a strange pull in her chest, like the melody was tugging at her very being. Her vision blurred, and the forest around her began to fade, leaving only the river and the thing that rose from it. It spoke without words, its presence filling her mind with visions. Visions of darkness, of creatures in endless water, of whispers floating over countless rivers across centuries. She fell backward into the cold mud, shivering, trying to shake off the images. But the river's song followed her, wrapping around her like a living shroud. The shadow loomed over her now, and she could see faintly a face, human yet impossibly distorted. Eyes that were too large, mouth opening in silent screams, teeth like pearls gleaming in the moonlight. It stared at her with a hunger that made her stomach turn. The reeds parted violently, and she heard movement behind her. Not human, not animal, just watching. Her instincts screamed to flee, but the river's melody tugged at her again. Each note promised secrets, power, understanding, but at a cost she could not comprehend. The shadow leaned closer, gliding across the water as if it had no weight, and she felt an irresistible pull toward it. Her fingers scraped the mud as she tried to crawl backward. The whispers became voices, each one different, overlapping, chanting her name, urging her closer to the water. Lila's mind felt like it was splitting apart, thoughts fraying like rope in the tide. She realized the song was not just in her head, it was inside her, rewriting her perceptions, her desires, even her fears. The river hummed with 1,000 voices, all singing, all waiting. Suddenly, the moonlight vanished. Darkness swallowed the forest and river, leaving only the sound of the song. Lila could not see the shadow anymore,